continent has now defined ourselves.
Welcome to TOS TV, your digital first Pan-African news network. I am Ruel Panawo, and this is TOS National News. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has appealed to Nigerians to resist any attempt to destroy the unity that the citizens had lived and worked together for. Osinbajo, accompanied by the Niger State Governor and the National Chairman of the APC Registration and Revalidation Committee, Abubakar Sani Bello, made the appeal Tuesday during the revalidation of his membership of the All Progressive Congress APC at Ward 1, Unit 3 in Ikenne Local Council of Ogun State. Also, Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun and former Governor Olusegun Oshoba officially revalidated their membership of the APC in the state. Osinbajo, who said he was happy to be at his ward to revalidate his membership of the APC, noted that the registration and revalidation exercise was important for the party to identify and reach out to members, adding that the APC is a grassroots party with a focus on the welfare of the people. Immediate past National Chairman of All Progressive Congress APC, Adams Oshiomhole, has faulted the revalidation of the membership of the party by the Interim Caretaker Committee, saying it was contrary to the party's constitution. Oshiomhole disclosed this shortly after revalidating his membership of the party at Iyamo Etsako West Local Government of Edo State. There is nothing in the APC constitution that says a member shall revalidate or renew its membership. Once you registered when you joined the party and you have not decamped, you are a member. So revalidation is strange to our constitution. I have only done this because I want peace to reign, but in doing this, we have to be careful not to create constitutional breach. A member of the Lagos State NSARS panel, Ebonoluwa Adigboruwa, SAN, has appealed to those planning to stage a second protest at Lekki Tollgate to shelve the plan. Following the controversial decision of the NSARS panel to reopen the tollgate last weekend, some youths were reported to be mobilizing for another round of protests at the scene on Saturday, February 13th. Adigboruwa, along with 3 other representatives at the panel, had opposed the decision of the panel to reopen the tollgate. But in a statement, Adigboruwa said holding a protest against the decision of the panel to reopen the tollgate will undermine the progress made so far by the panel. The Lagos State chapter of All Progressive Congress APC has urged citizens of the state to disregard calls urging them to engage in protests or activities that could lead to further unrest in the state. The state's publicity secretary of the party, Mr. Sheye Oladejo, in a statement Tuesday also urged the people to be mindful of the ravaging second wave of COVID-19 pandemic, which thrives in an atmosphere of mammoth crowd, before heading to any reckless call to protest. The party said the intention of such call was to get the youth back on the streets and to unleash further mayhem on innocent people who are still individually and collectively struggling to overcome their recent losses. You are watching national news on your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS TV. Do stay with us for more stories after the break. Welcome back. On Tuesday, 1,056 new cases of COVID-19 were confirmed in Nigeria. To date, 141,447 cases have been confirmed, 115,755 cases have been discharged, and 1,694 deaths have been recorded in 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. The 1,056 new cases are reported from 22 states. BUA Group of Companies and the Coalition Against COVID-19, CACOVID, a private sector group of which BUA is a member, are currently locked in a fight over who should procure vaccines for the virus to assist the federal government. while BUA asked Kakovi to stop playing politics with the lives of Nigerians following opposition to its payment for 1 million doses of the vaccines. Kakovi, on its part, issued a disclaimer on the company discrediting the payment. BUA had, in a statement issued on Monday, announced that it had secured 1 million doses of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine through the Afreximbank vaccine program in partnership with Kakovid. The company added that the vaccine doses, which is said would arrive the country next week, would be distributed to Nigerians at no cost. But in a statement by Kakovid Operations Committee, the coalition said BUA cannot single-handedly secure the doses, adding that purchase of the vaccine could not be done by individuals or companies, but only through the federal government. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari wrote a letter of felicitation dated January 28 to China's President Xi Jinping to celebrate 50 years of Nigeria-China bilateral relations and Chinese New Year celebrations for February 12. Part of the letter reads, "Nigeria is very satisfied with the progress of bilateral relations, and we thank China for its support to us in various ways, in building of rail, road, power, defense, and many other areas. In recent years, Nigeria and China have also witnessed steady development of their strategic partnership. In the face of significant challenges faced by the international community, the two sides are upholding a common position of preserving multilateralism, not interfering in other countries' internal affairs, and safeguarding common interests of developing countries. This year is vital for China-Nigeria relations. The FOCAC has become a model of mutually beneficial cooperation between Nigeria and China, as well as between Africa and China. Nigeria is ready to work with China to make the new session of FOCAC this year a success." You are watching TOS National News on your digital First Pan-African News Network, TOS TV. Still ahead, business and sports. Do stay tuned. Thank you for staying tuned. In business, the federal government on Tuesday said apart from wealth creation, the nation's moribund industries will be resuscitated through the $3.4 trillion African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement among the 54 countries in the continent. The Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Otunbani Adebayo, said this during the National Action Committee on AFCFTA sensitization of stakeholders in Kaduna State on Tuesday. The minister, represented by the Director Trade Department of the Ministry, Alhaji Abubakar Aliyu, said the AFCFTA was all about promoting industrialization in the continent. According to the minister, when Nigeria keys into the agreement, then insecurity, unemployment in the land will abate. He noted that once Nigerian youths were engaged in trade, there would not be insecurity. Meanwhile, the National Action Committee on the African Continental Free Trade Area has inaugurated a nationwide awareness and sensitization tour to prepare Nigerians in taking advantage of the AFCFTA agreement while mitigating its threats to the economy. A statement issued on Tuesday by the communication coordinator of the committee, Zakari Jimeta, said the AFCFTA sensitization tour would kick off from Kaduna State to Bauchi State and all other 34 states, including the Federal Capital Territory. The Secretary, the National Action Committee on AFCFTA, Francis Anatogo, said the committee's mandate was to coordinate the activities of the private and public sector at federal and subnational levels to implement AFCFTA for the benefit of Nigerians. He added that their strategy was to work with the states based on their areas of comparative advantages and priorities as a way of building up our national export trade and creating jobs at the grassroots level. President Muhammadu Buhari has disclosed, that the Kano-Maradi rail project, when completed, would serve import and export of goods for the Niger Republic and other countries in the sub-region through Nigerian ports. Buhari disclosed this at the groundbreaking ceremony of the Kano-Katsina-Jibiya-Maradi rail line with a branch line from Kano to Dutse on Tuesday. The country would earn revenue through expansion of trade and commerce, while the people of Nigeria Republic will benefit from the ease of transportation logistics at an affordable cost in their import and export business, he said. Minister of State Petroleum Resources Chief Timipre Silva has admonished Nigerians to be ready to bear the pains of increased petrol pump price as crude oil price climbs above $60 per barrel. Speaking at the official launch of Nigerian Upstream Cost Optimization Program in Abuja on Tuesday, Sylvia said with no provision of subsidy in the 2021 budget, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) cannot continue to bear the cost of under-recovery. At present, the pump price of petrol ranges from 160 naira to 165 naira. The price band set when crude traded just above $43 per barrel 4 months ago. President of Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) Ayuba Waba, in a swift reaction yesterday, warned that Nigerians and businesses in the country would not be able to cope with another hike in the pump price of petrol. Also reacting, President Trade Unions Congress of Nigeria (TUC) Quadri Olaleye said, I quote, "The question is why the government is always quick to tell us about the rise in the price of crude in the international market and the need to increase the price of PMS here when it always takes them weeks, if not months, to implement agreements reached with organized labor. It all points to one thing: they are insensitive to the plight of the poor people of this country." And in sports, the sports world in Nigeria has been thrown into a fresh round of mourning at the death of former Super Eagles defender Yisa Sofolue. It has been announced he was 53 years of age. It was reported that the former left-back was initially diagnosed of mild cerebral atrophy at the Prince and Life Medical Hospital, Ikorodu, Lagos, but was moved to Louth last Friday after his medical condition worsened. However, close friends of the former Nigeria international defender confirmed late Tuesday night that the man fondly called the Dean of Defense lost the battle to stay alive. Sofolue had 40 appearances for the national team, in which he scored once. He was a member of the Eagles squads, which reached the final of the 1984 and 1988 AFCON tournaments. And that is the national news on your digital First Pan-African News Network. For more updates, visit www.tostvnetwork.com. Do follow and like TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS TV Network. I am Ruel Panawo. Bye for now.